and welcome back to the Ginchiest. It's just me, B here, today. Wanted to do a short video, maybe it's short, I'm not sure. Dan might be coming in at any moment, I'm not sure either. I just heard him. I'm also going to be using a toothpick during the video. These are one of my favorites. This is an aside. You guys should know by now or may have seen the oral hygiene video. I'm big on oral hygiene, and these are about the most awesome toothpicks. They're flavored, they get in between your teeth, and they prevent you from all sorts of embarrassment with crap stuck in your teeth. Anyway, I go off on a tangent a lot. Dan, are you there? You want to come in? What are you doing, Dan?
Huh?
Do you have to go to the bathroom?
There.
Oh, no. Intermission. Okay, and we're back. Dan had a potty break. I thought to do this video because this year I turned 40. And as Molly Shannon best said it,
I'm 50!
well, but she's saying 50. So I have about 10 more years. But she says it with such enthusiasm that it just embodies what sometimes I'm feeling about being 40. And then other times there's this other feeling. And this other feeling is probably better embodied of me going on Google. I actually did this. And maybe this is why you found this video. But I started Googling, what does the average 40-year-old woman's face looks like? And I thought to myself, why would I have done that when I was 20? No. I'm sure I didn't. Well, I don't even know if Google existed when I was 20. But the point is, when you grow older, you start to be very reflective. And particularly as a woman, you start to think, geez, things are kind of changing. And I think that's what's kind of sinking in. Things are physically changing for me. I don't feel much different internally, to be quite honest. But on the outside, heck yeah. So I have a lot of gray hairs that are growing back again. I grew them out back when I was 33. I grew them all the way out, and they were mostly in the front. I've had my first gray hair when I was 18. Personal assistant was helping me with blow drying my hair, and she said, "Baby, you have a white hair." I was like, "Oh wow, Cece." Her name was Cece. I was baby. It was very cute. And it was kind of shocking, but I didn't think much about it. And then in my 20s, I had this like strip, but only underneath. So people really couldn't tell. And my hair was very dark. And now, no, it's pretty consistent, and it's really growing in. The other thing I've noticed is that I actually have some wrinkles now. Guys, like what was it about turning 40 that made this happen? Like suddenly appear? They were always in the making, but it's like, whoa, you turned 40 and it's boom. It's like, wow, you have wrinkles. I have these new bumps on my forehead. Let me see if I can point to them with like a stick, because I can't raise my hand very high. See these bad boys? These are called sebaceous hyperplasias. Like when you turn a certain age, they just pop up out of nowhere. I think other people, men and women, like they can get bumps on their skin as they age, even if they don't have oily skin. But sebaceous hyperplasias are a son of a beep. They don't really go away. And I have had very troubled times with my skin. I've suffered with acne. Still do. 40 years old. Boom. Acne. Since I was 13. I used to have horrible cystic acne. Still would get flare-ups of cystic acne. But in terms of the aging, like suddenly you just see there's more darkness around your eyes. And then you kind of see like a lump, like more lumps. Like, where did they come from? I've seen beauty YouTubers complain about this and do all sorts of stuff to try to get rid of it. And it's like, isn't that just getting older? I don't know. It's as if the face is giving you a preview of what's to come. It's kind of fascinating at some point, but at the same time, it feels like, you don't have much control over it. And we don't. I mean, let's be honest. We could do surgery, I suppose, and injections and all that stuff. I personally don't think I would want to. Well, I wouldn't be able to do the surgery. I would be at high risk for surgery. But I could get fillers, I suppose. I could probably inject my lips. I'm not saying what I'm seeing is bad. It's just fascinating that when you turn a certain number, these realizations come over you. But as a kid, I used to love doing makeup, so I'm going to put on some makeup, because if you were a woman and you were 20 years younger or 20 years older, this might be interesting to you. You see the before, the makeup effect, and after. But you got to see my face, 40 years old, and if you're less than 35, and I'm making a generalization here, so don't get mad, you probably haven't made this realization of, wow, it feels like most of the world now is younger than me, and that I am the older person. And that's probably a reflection of society's emphasis on youth. But something happens beyond the age of 35, at least for me. So let's have a little fun with makeup. All right. Harder when I go up on the forehead. Lifting your arms over your head would be so nice right about now, but that's okay. I manage. The other thing I was thinking of is that there's another level of complication when you think about aging, when you have a particular disease that could potentially affect your lifespan. A lot of people growing up that I went to school with, I've seen pass at very young ages, and particularly if they have certain diseases such as epilepsy or Duchenne's, which is a type of muscular dystrophy. Disability can oftentimes force you to face your mortality much quicker than the average person. I grew up in the 90s, peoples, and we didn't believe in bushy eyebrows, so these bad boys are products of the 90s. I do like symmetry though, and that's why I try to get symmetry with the brow pencil. I have yet to achieve it fully. It was a rendition of Superman. I don't know what Wonder Woman's is. I know, I should be like whistling a Wonder Woman's theme song. The 2000s, a lot about matte. Liquid matte, cream matte, matte. There were matte lipsticks though in the 90s. I don't know. I can't keep up with you guys. There's too many dang trends. I just do what I like. You know what I'm saying? Just do what I like. Maybe that's also part of aging too. You don't care anymore. You don't care as much. And I don't care at all. If you would have asked me to start a YouTube channel when I was 20, I would have never gone on camera without makeup. Yeah, I'm getting older, folks. And that's okay. Because at the end of the day, getting older means you got to live. And isn't that just the whole point? But yeah, this is the 40-year-old face with makeup. Changing, folks, changing. Until next time, keep it kinchy.